Is there a time when you'd advise against filing a superseded return and wait for an amended return instead?
So normally, as long as you can file the superseded return before the filing deadline, I would always usually recommend the superseded return. After the filing deadline or the extension deadline, it has to be an amended return, right? So what would I want to do to where I would want to amend if I still had the option for a superseded? I cannot think offhand of a scenario.
Well, I think we may want to take this into a conversation about statute, because that was part of this question, and does it affect statute? And I want to start with AJ on this question here. Does amending a tax return restart the statute of limitations? Now we're talking about the 3-year statute of limitations.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
See, this seems to be the big issue that people have. Now, with that, Jeff, when we have that, I said the statute from the 3-year statute, I'm referring to the statute of assessments.
Correct.
Okay. Let's say that we have a taxpayer, and of course, I've represented this taxpayer. This taxpayer files his amended return on October 14th, 3 years from the original filing date. The return gets pulled for examination. There is all kinds of issues with this return. What would the IRS do?
So your problem you're going to run into is even if the statute for assessment is closed, the IRS can still look at anything that was on that return and use it to adjust the refund coming out of it. And so you may end up with a scenario where your client thinks they're getting a rather large refund, and then the IRS notices there's a rather large amount of charitable contributions here. And we don't think these are real, and therefore there is no refund, or the refund is going to be significantly reduced.
But if they find issues beyond that refund, they cannot assess additional tax, correct?
No, they cannot assess additional tax, but your client will not receive that refund. And I think that, in practice, tends to be the bigger issue with dealing with your client, because your client's expecting that refund, and it is not coming.
Great. That was pretty much the case here that I was representing. The auditor said, I'll find something on that return. And I bring this up because it's really important that when we file an amended return for a client, and that we understand that everything on that return needs to be evaluated. So think about, you get a new client comes in your office and they say, okay, I've got this return, you're going to review the prior year's return. Well, something jumps right off. And you say, well, I can fix that and you'll get a refund. And of course, that new client is excited about that. The next thing you do is you look through the rest of the return and you find out that if you fix that, you also need to fix this, this, and this, because if you're signing that amended return, you are signing what? That you have an accurate tax return to the best of your knowledge. And this is where we have to go and remember, because the statute of limitations does not restart for assessment, but everything on that return is subject for exam. And I can assure you that 90% of amended return claim for refunds will get examined.
Tax Talk Today, the tax show for the tax pro, is the innovative educational program presented in collaboration with the IRS, designed exclusively for today's tax practitioner.
There's various loss limitation rules we need to be aware of when we have a business activity.
Each program features in-depth panel discussions with key IRS executives and leading authorities from the tax practitioners community. Tax Talk Today features real-time interaction. Innovative and easy to use, Tax Talk Today is the only program that brings the IRS directly to you. Tax Talk Today can be viewed in large groups in the office or from the convenience of your home. To get continuing education credits for watching a program, purchase your CPE credits today. Tax Talk Today, the tax show for the tax pro.